The afternoon was quiet in the way only planned neighborhoods ever are. Too quiet, like everything was being watched. I was unloading tools from my car, preparing to fix a loose fence panel behind my house, when I felt that familiar presence, arms crossed, phone already in hand. HOA Karen. She didn't greet me. She never did. Instead, she announced, loud enough for half the block to hear, that I was violating community rules and that she had already called the police. Not asked, not warned, called. I stayed calm. I always did. I knew the rules better than she thought. The fence was mine. The land was mine. The work was allowed. But Karen didn't care about facts. She cared about control. She hovered nearby, narrating the situation to her phone like she was documenting a crime scene. When the police cruiser finally rolled in, Karen practically sprinted toward it. She spoke fast, pointing at me, waving her hands dramatically. Trespassing, unauthorized construction, suspicious behavior. The usual script. I stood by my car, tools still in hand, waiting for my turn. Except it never came. The officers didn't look at me, not once. Instead, they asked Karen to slow down. Then they asked for her name. Then her position in the HOA. Then they asked if she had authority over my property. Her voice, once sharp and confident, started to wobble. She pulled out printed HOA bylaws, flipping pages with shaking fingers. One officer calmly asked for the property map. Another radioed something in. A few minutes later, one of them nodded and handed Karen's papers back to her. Ma'am, he said, this homeowner is within his rights. This area isn't under HOA jurisdiction. Karen blinked. But he didn't get approval. He doesn't need it. She turned toward me, waiting, expecting the officers to question me, accuse me, anything. They didn't. One of them finally glanced my way, smiled slightly and said, You're good, sir. Sorry for the interruption. That was it. Karen tried to argue, but the officers were already walking back to their car. They warned her about misuse of emergency services and advised her to resolve disputes through proper channels. As the cruiser drove off, Karen stood there stunned, clutching her useless paperwork. The silence she left behind was different from before, heavier, final. I picked up my tools and went back to work. No explanations, no defenses, no questions asked. Sometimes the loudest victory is the one where you never have to say a word.